Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam. Welcome everyone to this very special occasion where we are celebrating Pujya Swamiji Gitananda Giri, Guru Maharaj's 106th Jayanthi with the release of a new book on Yoga, Chikitsa and Ayurveda, the Twins of Wellness, that has been co-authored by Yogacharya Jnandev Giri, Yogacharini Anandhi, and myself, Yogacharya Ananda Balayogi Bhavanani. Let us begin by invoking the Guru Parampara. Tad Paramparaye Vidmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayate Om Yogamaharishi Dr. Swami Gitananda Giri Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Om Puduvai Kalaimamani Puduvai Shakti Yogacharini Ammaji Meenakshi Devi Bhavanani Guru Mata ki Jai. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. 24th of July, 1907 was the day that Pujya Swamiji Yogamaharishi Dr. Swami Gitananda Giri Guru Maharaj was born on this planet. Today, 116 years later, we are remembering with love, affection, gratitude, and respect this great Yoga Maharishi who codified the system known as Rishi Yoga, Rishi Culture Yoga, Rishi Culture Ashtanga Yoga, and today popularly called Gitananda Yoga. Founding in 1968 Ananda Ashram at Pondicherry, and creating a significant legacy that is celebrating 55 years in 2023. As part of this tradition that has been continued by Pujya Ammaji Yogacharini Meenakshi Devi Bhavanani, today we have a wonderful opportunity to release a very excellent compilation of thoughts on Yoga, Chikitsa and Ayurveda as the twins of wellness. This book is a result of long study, experience, and collaboration and cooperation led by my dear Yogacharya Jnandev Giri of the Yoga Satsanga Ashram in the UK, in Wales, and of course the Gurukula, home of traditional yoga in Portugal. Along with Jnandev, we have Yogacharini Anandhi, who in Cyprus is taking the message of yoga forward through her yoga life, and of course, her activated vegan cooking and diet, which is reinvigorating so many people around the globe. I take this opportunity to welcome Jnandev and Anandhi to give a few words of welcome before we officially inaugurate this book.
Thank you so much, and I think I'm feeling quite emotional, but also quite honored to take this opportunity, especially on Swamiji Jayanthi, this special birthday occasion that my teacher, my guide and mentor choose this day to release this book. And this book really is a byproduct, I would call it, of last couple of yoga therapy and yoga chikitsa course I have been running with Anandhi and with my guru under your guidance. And it's the one component of the book as part of using our Ayurvedic teachings as part of the yoga chikitsa diagnostic tools and the protocol. and yeah, I'm just really grateful to have this opportunity, this blessing, this guidance to put this research work together and compile it together. And I don't think it would have been really come together without you to have that research guidance of Dr. Ananda, our teacher, and then Anandhi's blunt input. I call it very blunt and very direct on how she sees the food and the dosas and gunas, and there is no space to play around things. And I think in that I do really find both of you quite good, that you both can be very straight with me to say this is right, this is wrong. And so yeah, this is the research work that I feel I'm quite pleased to offer it to the tradition and lineage, and especially Amaji and Swamiji, that I'm grateful to have the opportunity to offer it. So that's me in my little summary.
Thank you. Lovely, Jnandev. For me, I feel great gratitude for two things. First, because I managed to be part of it, and also I never thought that I would ever be capable of doing what Dr. Ananda is doing, to research and watch, and at the same time be spiritual and practical at the same time, which is one of his great gifts. And by watching him, I think somehow by being part of his life and his teachings, somehow we are trying to do, not on his level, of course, but we tried we tried, and it worked, to do something similar, to watch, to take what he gives us, the information he gives us, and then watch, experiment, research, and bring something out. This is what we did. And my yogic diet and activated vegan food journey started from the yoga step by step, when Swami Gitananda is talking about food in a way that it has prana, to eat food that has prana, and how we eat nutritious food to get the nutrients, and at the same time take prana instead of wasting prana in food. So, and the opportunity that Amaji and Dr. Ananda is giving us is to take the information they give us and expand them. And this is what we did with Jnandev. Jnandev took the Yoga Chikitsa and expanded it. In a way, it combined it with Ayurveda, with diet. He had this amazing idea that worked really well for me, to combine it with diet, with yogic diet. When he called me, I couldn't believe it. He called me and said, I'm doing a Yoga Chikitsa course, and I want you to do the yogic diet. And I'm like, really? Thank you. Thank you so much, Jnandev, for that. So we take something real and traditional, and with the help and the example of our gurus, we just expand it. And thank you, Dr. Ananda, for not only giving us the information, but also giving us the opportunity to expand it. You don't lock us in the tradition. You just let us expand it and play with it, and with your guidance always, but still, you watch us and you just let us improvise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anandhi. Thank you so much, Jnanadev. You know, the pleasure of seeing both of you grow over the years into your own personality, your own body of knowledge is so beautiful, because yoga is life. And if yoga is life, then everything is yoga. But as long as we can keep it in tune with the dharma of yoga, we are fine. And that is where all I'm worrying about is that big circle, which is the dharma of yoga. And as long as, people don't go out of it, I'm happy, because each of us is an individual. And I think one of the plus points of this book is it brings out a lot of the individuality, yet it is in tune with the tradition. So it is a contemporary exploration of traditional knowledge, which is why I think it is so special. And I think we are right at the moment where for the first time we can let our audience see what it looks like. And we will chant a very nice Om. As it is released, we'll chant 3 beautiful Oms. Om. Om. And yes, the book has a birthday, and the birthday is Swamiji's birthday. Some time ago, when Jnandev and I were talking about the book coming towards its final stages, he was saying, when do you think we can release it, or we should? And I think this was last week we were talking about it. And we said Swamiji's birthday is next week. And so against all the deadlines, the final proofing, the final editing was done. And it is such an honor to present this book to the world. Yoga, Chikitsa and Ayurveda, the twins of wellness, by Yogacharya, Jnandev, Giri, Yogacharini, Anandhi, and Yogacharya, Dr.Ananda, Balayogi, Bhavanani. On the back, we have 2 beautiful quotations from Swamiji and Ammaji, where Swamiji reminds us, in yoga, there are certain guidelines necessary to attain to higher states. These guidelines are called the Yoga Marga, the path of yoga. These should not be looked upon as rules and regulations, but rather as the path to follow towards the goal. Without these guidelines, there is no real yoga. And that is why this book has attempted to keep within those guidelines, strengthen the guidelines to enable the sadhaka who is on this path of Yoga Chikitsa to move towards the goal of Yoga Chikitsa, which is that Sukhasthanam, that sense of unparalleled ease. And again, Ammaji gives a very beautiful statement. She says, one of the unique features of the timeless wellness system of yoga, she says, is that it provides a complete discipline of body, emotions, mind, and spirit. Every aspect of the human being is refined by practices which have been proven through generations of the Rishi culture yoga parampara. Beautiful statements from our leading lights, Swamiji and Ammaji. And that is what is captured in this book. So I'm going to go over to Jnandev to give a little bit of an overview of what is in the book, and Anandhi to talk about the parts that she has brought into it for the next few minutes, so that our prospective readers can understand what is in this beautiful compilation of Yoga Chikitsa. Over to you, Jnandev.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that really beautiful and honored announcement. Yeah, for me, this book is, we are trying to compile the teachings of our Gitananda tradition, especially with the yoga therapy. And we have tried to I guess, sort of go through the 3 of the main components Swamiji talks about in the 12-point diagnostic system, and which is the concept of the dosas and gunas, which I know in yoga we touch on them in through different system in Bhagavad Gita, in Yoga Sutras, and the different Upanishads. But then the Ayurveda goes in a very much detail of them. And looking at also the digestive system as part of, as Anandhi wanted to bring the concept of activity diet. So we have taken the digestive system also from the Ayurvedic teachings and connecting them with the concepts and principles of Yoga Chikitsa, our yogic diet, Ahara Vihara, and how to tune or how to align ourselves back with our true nature or our true constitution in context to our body, mind, our spirit, and our overall health. So the book contains 14 chapters, which are sort of taken the teachings of our Gitananda tradition. And we did quite a bit of research also from all the new age, I guess, the yoga therapy and mind medicine and different sort of research portals with the work. And yeah, there are lessons from Dr.Ananda, our teacher, to again bring the framework to keep pulling the teachings together back into the system. So that's the really, to me, the overview is we're trying to work on the 3 fundamental principles out of the 12, which is the dosas, gunas, and the yogic diet, ahara vihara concept, and how do we apply it with our care seekers. And it's a really little lovely book. It will be available through our ashram website, ICYR website, on the ebooks, and hopefully the print copy will be available on Amazon and also from the ashram here, maybe in 10 days or so. It's really going to take a bit of time for the print copies to arrive.
Very nice. And from my part, as I said before, Jnandev found it very important to combine the Yoga Chikitsa with Ayurveda and the diet. My part as a Gitananda yoga teacher, but also as an Ayurvedic counselor, was to bring Ayurveda through the eyes of yoga, bring Ayurveda in through the eyes of yoga, and share my knowledge on yogic diet and generally activated diet that I follow and teach into the therapy. And so I have some chapters talking about the gunas of each dosha and what kind of food they can have so they can be healthy, and so the yoga therapy also will work better. And also my theory about activated diet, which is very important for the immune system, because the energy, the prana we take from food, we can invest it for our immune system instead of wasting it to digest difficult foods. So the therapy and the activated food are very much connected in this way, and we describe in the book how and why. And the book is made mainly for yoga teachers and Ayurvedic counselors, but it's easy written so that someone who is interested in Ayurveda and yoga, or students of Ayurveda and yoga, will find this book very, very useful to their studies and their practice.
Thank you so much, Anandhi. Thank you so much, Jnandev, for that beautiful bird's eye view of what people can expect from this book. And I think this is a very wonderful opportunity for all those who are interested in Yoga Chikitsa to understand how yoga and Yoga Chikitsa have their own variations. And a yoga teacher is not a Yoga Chikitsak. Again, a Yoga Chikitsak is not an Ayurveda Acharya, and an Ayurveda Acharya is not a Yoga Chikitsak. Each has its own scope of practice. So I think one of the strengths of this book is we have tried to make sure that the scope of practice is very clear, so that people don't think they can do more than they are allowed to do. So I think it is a very good way forward. And I would like to congratulate Jnandev, Anandhi, and of course myself on this beautiful production, and seeking Swamiji and Ammaji's blessings that it reaches everyone who's worthy of these teachings, and that they in turn share it with others who are seeking the wonderful, remarkable health and wellness that can be provided in a salutogenic way by these practices. So with that, we are closing this inauguration and release of the book, remembering Swamiji on his 116th birthday, seeking Ammaji's benevolent blessings. We close with the Loka Samasta. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shantihi 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 Om. Thank you and see you all soon whenever that is next.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.